Just want to welcome everybody to the 2018-19 school year. I'm Mr. Ward, and I will be teaching your son or daughter either writing workshop for 7th grade or creative writing, possibly both. I just want to send everybody an email kind of with a link to a website that have a lot of rules, procedures, policies, that kind of thing, but use this as a video to highlight a couple of those items. I'm going to try and keep this to like 2-3 minutes. Might go a little over, hopefully not too much. There is an option. I will have a link to a Google form, so instead of we get inundated with first day paperwork from every teacher, I try to do it ahead of time so you can kind of fill it out online using the Google form. It's one less thing to worry about the first day. Yeah, if you don't have access to or want to fill it out online, a paper version will be sent home the first day of school with all students. So let's get into this. The first thing is we will work hard this year to improve our writing. And that's the biggest thing that we're going to focus on, really. And as this sign says, I saw this is not my classroom, but I happened to see it online the other day, and I love it. In our class, we don't do easy. We make easy happen through hard work and learning. I'm not saying that everything we're going to do this year is going to be easy, but students will improve as long as they apply themselves, and they will have plenty of tools at their disposal to help them get better, become better writers. It's something I personally have a lot of enthusiasm for. I used to work in journalism, public relations, did a lot of writing before I became a teacher. But anyway, just to highlight, get back to the crux of this presentation. Some things to keep in mind for my class. The bottom line is I want students to learn. Just keep that in mind. Everything is for their good, to make them better. Basic class rules I have: just follow directions. Don't play Fortnite in class. Follow directions. Be on time. Make sure you come with the items you need. Be positive. Just know that also means I don't want to hear I can't do it. I need help with something. I want students to really realize they can achieve. Might have to work a little bit. I will never give them something they can't do. And then actively listen to the teacher and other students. We have issues. Hopefully we don't. I give a warning. Make them last out of class, keep them for basically a 60-second detention. If we get to a third step, normally if 1 and 2 takes care of it. I don't give detention, quote unquote. That's something called a skills training session, which basically is if a student continues to call out in class, well, let's work on how can I work with the student and come up with a plan to not call out as much. Rather than just sit there and stare at the wall for a half hour, we're going to make it productive. And as soon as that time's up and I feel like, hey, we have a plan in place, it could be 5 minutes, it could be 10 minutes, it could be a half hour, that session will be over. So it really is addressing what is the issue, how can we make it better, how can we improve. And if for some reason that doesn't work, then yeah, I have to do office referral. I very rarely get to step 4, so I don't anticipate we'll be doing that much this year, if at all. All right, now that that's out of the way. Cell phones. The school rule is that students are not to have them out. I enforce that. In all honesty, I've seen studies where students, scores and the student achievement is 6% higher for classrooms that don't allow cell phones. And quite frankly, students will have Chromebooks. If they need to look something up, they can look it up on a Chromebook. There's really no need for a phone. Yeah, once in a while, a student might say, I really have to text my mom. Like, step in the hallway, do it, come back in. But I don't want to see a cell phone in class unless they've asked. And if they ask, more than likely it's going to be no. Bottom line is this. If they have it out, the school policy is supposed to turn it right over to the office. I give a warning first. I will have a notice that they'll have to sign that indicates, hey, I've been given a warning. I got my phone back at the end of class today. The next time it will be turned into the office. And then they deal with it the way they deal with it. If you have to have a phone in school, keep it in your drawstring backpack if you have one. Chromebook case in your pocket. I just don't want to see it. Homework. I do take work late for 1 week without a penalty. The bottom line is, if I take half credit off, some students just aren't going to be like, why do it? I already lost half. And they don't learn anything. And quite frankly, I need the information to help them improve. So I don't want it to be a situation where I didn't do my homework, now I can't do it. You have a week. I think that's more than generous. After a week, it becomes a 0. If they turn in late, students will need to have you complete a form saying, hey, I realize that this was not turned in on time, and we get the 3 missing assignments, late assignments for a marking period, and then we're going to have to reflect on it and figure out why is this happening, how can we change it. Then it becomes a habit. But life happens. I realize that. Sometimes you're just not going to get it done. Sometimes we miss the mortgage payment by a week. You get a grace period. That's all I'm trying to do here. But the bottom line is I want students to learn, so I still need them to do the work. There won't be much homework, in honesty, and I realize I'm at 5 minutes and change, so I'm well over 3 minutes. So let me try to wrap this up really quick. There isn't a ton of quote-unquote homework. Most of the time it'll be items that students don't finish in class. It might be a video they have to watch that's kind of previewing the lesson the next day or a couple of days down the line. But most of the time it's going to be stuff that students just didn't finish in class. So if we've been working on an introduction of an essay for 2 days and it's still not done, they're going to need to take it home and finish it. Passes, I don't give passes the first and 10 last 10 minutes of class. If students have to go to the bathroom, I let them go once per cycle. They're for emergencies only. If you have to go to the bathroom every day, now it's a habit. Now maybe it is a medical emergency, in which case you get a note from the doctor and we'll take care of that. But short of that, students need to be in class. So 1 laugh pass per cycle, just so you're aware of that. And that really takes care of everything I need to touch on. I do look forward to an amazing year, a dynamic year, amazing dynamic year, and we are going to improve. Everybody will improve. Just use the tools we have. If you have any questions throughout the year, please email me, fward@collegek12.org. And I hope to see you back to school night and talk to you later. Thank you. Bye.